guys? Welcome to another edition of Market Marauders, beating the market one trade at a time. If you're new to the channel, Market Marauders is an investment channel, help you find best trades in the market, as well as giving you financial advice. Um, and today is definitely a big one. For you guys who are new to the channel, down in the description box below, I got some suggestions for some books to read. They definitely help out the channel. They're not my books. They're just good books in general to read if you begin investing, you're new to investing, or if you're a veteran investor. Just good books to point you in the right direction. Anyway, so let's dive into the news that's happened today. Yes, you guys got the title right. $1,000 for free. Um, that was what was proposed today by President Donald Trump and Senator Mitt Romney. Actually proposed it. But let's dive into an article from the Washington Post and see what's really going on. So it says in here, Americans could get a check for $1,000 or more in the coming weeks as political leaders console around a dramatic plan to try to prevent a worse recession and protect people from going bankrupt. The idea took off Monday when Senator Mitt Romney of Utah called for every American adult to receive a $1,000 check immediately to help tide people over until government aid can arrive. What government aid they're referring to, I don't really know. I don't know if they're referring to the food that's being supplemented to areas that are being quarantined, or they're I don't know what aid they're referring to that's going to arrive. But yeah, so continuing reading, it says by Tuesday, there was a bipartisan support for the idea, including for President Trump. The White House suggests that the amount could be over $1,000, an acknowledgement of how big the economic crisis is becoming. So, if you guys have been following politics, um, like I have, then you guys have probably known that uh, there's actually a presidential candidate who came up with a similar idea. Andrew Yang. People said his idea was pretty crazy. So it's ironic that um, this is actually coming back by another candidate who's actually uh, not Andrew Yang. So um, you know the fact that they shot down Andrew Yang's proposal and said that it was like crazy and they didn't know how it would actually happen, and then now there's something similar to it is pretty ironic and just goes to show you how fast politics themselves actually change. Now, you know, I know a lot of people have been affected by the outages of people shutting down stores and being quarantined and stuff like that. And if that's you. Prayers going out to you and your families. It's a tough time for everybody. Um, and that's why I try to teach financial independence, saving money, making more money on the side, just things of that nature to try to make sure, you have a little nest egg in case stuff like this happens. Um, but yeah, also one thing that also happened today, if we go here, it says, this is in USA Today, headline of the article, IRS to delay April 15 tax payment deadline by 90 days. It says most Americans can get 3-month reprieve to pay their income tax for 2019. Treasury Secretary Stephen Mnuchin. Man, I heard people pronouncing his name all types of ways, and I still can't pronounce his name. Uh, Mnuchin. I'm just going to say Steve M. said Tuesday in the press conference the IRS will postpone the April 15 tax deadline by 90 days for millions of individuals who owe $1 million or less and corporations that owe $10 million or less, he said. To be sure, Americans still have to meet the April 15 deadline if they're expecting a refund or are requesting a 6-month extension. But they can defer payment for up to 90 days beyond that. We encourage those Americans who can file their taxes to continue to file their taxes on April 15th, because for many Americans, you'll get a tax refund, and we don't want to lose out on those tax refunds. So basically, there's a lot of weird stuff going on, in my opinion. They're just trying to move stuff around. And make sure you guys drop a comment down below if you think this is a good plan or you think this is not a good plan. Um, in my personal opinion, I think, if you have a tax return or you're going to get a tax return, you definitely want to file those taxes to make sure that you get that money back, because, anything will help in this situation. But then also the $1,000 a month. I'm interested to see, in the future, how much and how they're going to determine how much each person gets. I know $1,000 could be life changing for some people, considering some people probably spent their last check, to be honest, to buy stuff. To stock up. They got families, things of that nature. So I know $1,000, any amount of money, could help families. Moving forward, so I think it's a pretty good plan in that aspect. But I don't know how they're gonna gauge how much each person's going to get, or how most people will get that money back. For me personally, or for people like me, I'm not in dire financial crisis. Um, so I think the money should go to those people who need it the most first. So people who restaurant workers, waiters, movie theater people, people who work like not necessarily low paying jobs, but just jobs that are in the service industry. So like grocery stores, retail stores, any store really that was affected. I think those people should get it, because I know a lot of corporations kind of have like policies in place where some of them are getting paid, but if you're a waiter and you're waiting tables, and they tell you, hey, we can't open a restaurant anymore, you're not getting any money. Even that small amount that you were getting for the hourly rate, that's like two something an hour, you're not even getting that. So those people, and a lot of those people out there have kids, so you know just those people out there, I think they should get the money first. I think they should get the most amount, in my opinion. I think that'd just be the good thing to do, to help those people out. And then also, it's equally as rough too, especially for like people who were just recently hit by these tornadoes in Tennessee. You know, they just got hit with tornadoes, destroyed houses, and then on top of that, they're shutting down places and people can't go to work. So, you know, it's like the worst time for those people. So prayers going out to everybody there in those areas in Tennessee that were affected by those tornadoes. But drop a comment down below. Tell me if you guys think this is a good plan by the government, or what is a good amount that you think that every American should get, and who should qualify for this $1,000, because some people don't really need it, but who do you think should qualify for it, and how much money do you think that the government should be giving to each American? Uh, Drop a comment down below, like, comment, share, and I'll see you guys next time.